Can this, the Kindle Scribe challenged the Note Air 3C. The Kindle Scribe is so much cheaper. Half price is really your target. About £250 here for the Kindle Scribe versus $500 for the Note Air 3C. Do you get what you pay for here? Certainly are a lot more menus here on the Note Air 3C. And whilst I'm saying that, don't forget there is a Note Air 3, which is a black and white version of this, which will save you $100 there and bring the price closer to being in line. Still, the Kindle Scribe is your inexpensive way into e-ink. The Note Air 3C, however, is your current best e-ink tablet. Firstly, both of them have 300 ppi screens. Not all 300 ppi is created equal, because this is 300 pp in black and white, but there's 150 in color, and that does change the look. Note, I have got the lights really quite high up here, so look how much darker it looks there. And that is because of the 150 ppi color grid, which you might just be able to see that graininess there causing that. The Kindle is a much whiter background, but you also might be able to see some of the image retention, which I can do nothing about. There is no option to refresh this screen. There is no option to change the way that the screen is handled. There is only, whenever it decides, as it did just then, to make a full screen refresh, that I'm going to get rid of that image retention. Whereas on the Boox, we have an option, a whole plethora of different screen modes, which you may or may not be interested in learning and how to manage, but it allows you to get rid of the ghosting whenever you like, and also choose an option which will actually remove ghosting automatically or do more frequent full screen refreshes. I can tell you that I prefer reading though here on the Kindle Scribe. For simple words, this is a better screen. That's now with the light right off on both the screens. But because of that color, there is a lot more that you can do here on the Note Air 3C. And depending on the type of reader that you are, the color might actually suit you better. So if you have to read documents with large amounts of color diagrams, then it might be the one for you. And I think we'd all love to see Kindle have a go at coloring. There's no point in even thinking about reading a book like this, for instance, the Van Gogh here on the Kindle Scribe. But that being said, it does still leave something to be desired here on the color ink. I've seen this one in Amsterdam. It's not getting close. And if I compare that to an OLED screen, well, to be fair, that isn't really cutting it either, but it's certainly getting closer to the vibrancy of the yellows. Yellow and green are not handled very well on colour ink yet. How that looks in Regal is better. Remember there being a lot more red. They are very different devices. It took me quite a while to realise that Kindle's actual open screen is a person reading under a tree. And I spent a lot of time at launch with the Kindle Scribe kind of deriding them for that crazy half-baked launch marketing materials. And for some of you, that will make a lot of sense. If you're looking for something to focus on reading and to be able to take a few notes directly on the screen, then this is an excellent device. Kindle did launch an integration with Microsoft Word. Well, that is one-way integration with Microsoft Word. You can send documents to this from Word. So if you have a Word file, it will export it essentially as a Kindle PDF type document, and it will send it here. And then you can mark up your document and you can save it and send it back to yourself. But that's where the integration ends. With the Note Air 3C, I can go into my own Word account and I can edit my own Word documents here on the device. Either using the on-screen keyboard, I can use the microphones that are built in, and I can use the text-to-speech modes. For Word and Office integration, it's a no-brainer. You can do just so much more here on the Note Air 3C, and you still get most of the benefits of e-ink. But then it comes back to the price. I've been recommending Boox to most people for some time now, but every now and then there's a person who asks for a specific recommendation, and it's clear that the price is the most major issue for them, in which case there is a clear advantage for the Kindle. People like students, for example, and anyone who just hasn't really got £500 to spend on a device that they're not quite sure of how much they're going to use it. They are sure they're going to read and make notes, but really £250 is their limit. And I'll often find myself saying that if all the books that you need are available in the Kindle form or in PDF, then you're going to have a great experience here. And I would say that it's the better reader by some distance actually, because not only do you have that excellent screen on a really focused device, but you also have amazing battery life and very quick startup times. So if I put both devices to sleep, but you can see I'm back to reading much quicker than I am on the Boox. They're not bad at all. Very quick startup plan though on the Kindle. And the battery is the biggest issue there. The battery will last you for weeks, maybe even months on the Kindle, depending on how much you read per day. With intense use, and if you use apps and other things which are the reason to buy the Note Air 3C above the Kindle, then you might even struggle to get a full day here. And drawing is very good on the Kindle too, although neither of them, disappointingly, are really focused in for drawing. I think that is a miss for a lot of the e-ink tablet companies right now. The Kindle Scribe has a lovely pen tool, one of the best pencil tools actually for getting a range of different tones. And the Note Air 3C, the Boox devices, do now have really nice drawing pencil tools. At least you do get layers here on Boox, which you can use to build up your different tonal ranges, but you can't blend them in any way. And there's no layers here on the Kindle Scribe. It's improving here on the Kindle Scribe, and I would suggest that if they really focus on this, they could go somewhere really quite far. Both of them do have a really nice textured screen, and they both use the same Wacom felt nibs, and so you've no issue there. Essentially, they're both equal in terms of how they feel to draw on or to write notes. The choice between these two really just comes down to your use case. There is a set use case on the Kindle, and you're kind of hemmed in on that. You don't have much of a choice. You're stuck in reading, annotating, and exporting your notes. That's a kind of frame of mind. And if that works, that's fine. You'll always be kind of switching between versions there. You'll always be sending to the Kindle and then emailing back to yourself rather than editing anything in a kind of realistic live way. Whereas with a Boox device, I can be editing a live cloud version of a file. I can be editing that in Google Drive or Word. And the edits that I'm doing here can be synced up immediately to the cloud version. That is really important to me for managing my files. If it's not such a big deal for you, then maybe you'd be happy on the Kindle. But there is one major trick that the Kindle has up its sleeve, which is the searchable PDF. Essentially what that means is you can use the handwriting recognition to take your handwritten PDF and save it as a PDF with those text recognitions built into it. And the PDF you get on the screen looks like the notepad, but you can copy the text and paste it out into other documents. Again though, you can't find that in the cloud, you have to email that to yourself. That is a bit of an old-fashioned workflow. So now, if there is such a talented team or a talented individual who's able to come up with innovative use cases like that, then there might be a real future for this device. And then I can recommend it to more people. But they've got that team and they're slowly bringing out these updates. Makes you skeptical as to whether we will really see this device take off for Kindle. Amazon need to see this as its own platform, a new platform, not linked directly to their Kindle readers, more than just a Kindle you can write on. And then it could become, and the next iterations of it, it could become an incredible device.